And so, to answer your question, Mr. Senator, in spite of these recent events, I don't believe forcing superheroes to register with the government is the answer. This law would split the hero community right down the middle, with consequences I'm not sure any of us want to ponder.
Was that really your best shot?
Sneaking around doesn't become you, Steve.
Maybe I'll need the practice. Maybe we all will.
Don't be so melodramatic. This whole thing would affect you least of all. You're already deputized.
You almost sound like you agree with them. This Registration Act would tear down everything we've done, destroy a century-old tradition of...
I'm trying to save it, Steve. As much of it as I can, anyway. Don't you see where this is headed? All it's going to take is one more slip-up by anyone in a cape, and we'll be lucky if registration is the worst they do. They could just turn us all into criminals, hunt us all down.
No, they won't, Tony. Not in my country.
Now return to our special live episode of The New Warriors, coming to you straight from Stamford, Connecticut, where the Warriors have just been spotted by their supervillain quarry. Looks like it's on.
I've got Coldheart, you guys. Hey, somebody snag Nitro. He's rabbiting.
Don't worry, Speedball. I'm on it. On your feet, Nitro. And don't bother trying any of your stupid exploding tricks.
Oh, baby, don't you even know? You're playing with the big boys now.
Reports now coming in from Stamford, Connecticut indicate a massive explosion in a residential neighborhood.
Just over 12 hours ago now, and preliminary casualties are said to be over 600. In Washington, rumblings on whether superhero reform should be brought to the table.
Following last week's devastating explosion, Congress has rushed through passage of the Superhuman Registration Act, with the president expected to sign it.
This is just completely insane, Hill. I won't do it.
I'm sorry, was it not clear I was giving you an order?
You're asking me to arrest people who risk their lives for this country every day.
No, I'm ordering you to obey the will of the American people, Captain. Either you help us bring them in, or we'll bring you in.
Weapons down, gentlemen. Or I...
Trank darts, now! Take him down! Take him down!
If you want to stay conscious.
You idiot. We were trying to save lives.
Of all the people to go underground, Captain America. Now every superhero who disagrees with the act suddenly has a leader. Maybe we should hold off until...
That won't be necessary, Mr. President. Registration can go forward as planned. We'll take care of Captain America.
And with the passage of the Superhuman Registration Act earlier this week, superheroes around the country are being forced to choose a side. Do they register with the government to uphold the law, or become part of an underground resistance movement? So far...
Can you believe this is really going down? The act kicks in at midnight, but word is S.H.I.E.L.D's gonna be here sooner than that, taking signatures. Or prisoners. I want to talk to Cage about it, but he's too busy arguing with Mr. Fantastic over there. Maybe you can break into their little powwow and get some sense out of them.
Understand your skepticism, Luke, but you have to believe me. I've crunched the numbers, and we absolutely can't rebel against the government on this. If we do, the consequences...
Can't be any worse than burning the Constitution.
You're exaggerating. This is a temporary measure. Once things settle down...
I ain't buying it, Reed. And I can't believe somebody as brainy as you would.
Oh, hello. Good timing. Perhaps you can talk some sense into Mr. Cage here. He and Iron Fist seem determined to get arrested.
He's the one who needs a reality check. But good luck getting anywhere with that.
Hope things don't get out of hand.
Reed, I'm trying, but I just can't follow these equations.
I'd be surprised if you could, Tony. They're a new form of science I invented, actually. A way to predict future trends by mathematically modeling past events.
Really? How reliable?
Very. I've been using it to predict general trends for years.
And what are they showing you now?
A series of societal earthquakes. Conflicts beyond anything that's ever happened. The death of billions.
My God.
I ran the numbers again and again. I found no force that could be applied anywhere to make a better outcome until...
The Registration Act.
Yes. That's the first part. Other actions will be necessary, in the right order, at the right times.
Actions that will turn us against our friends. Change everything we know.
I'm well aware of that, Tony. But the alternatives are much, much worse.
Whoever said saving the world would be easy, huh? All right, Reed. Walk me through the numbers. And take it slow.
And so, in a worst-case scenario, we'd find ourselves in the equivalent of a superpowered civil war.
Heroes so busy fighting each other, the criminals get a free pass.
Exactly. That's where you and the Thunderbolts would come in, Melissa. We need you to help S.H.I.E.L.D. keep crime under control while we focus on... Oh, hello again. Hello, Johnny. I'm glad to see you're not going off half-cocked like Luke, Danny, and Eli over there seem to be. We need cooler heads to prevail at a time like this. There's morality and there's practicality. I may have personal issues with the Act, but I also have hard evidence that if we rebel against it, the entire world's future will be imperiled. So, there's really only one sane choice here.
This Thursday's seminar on workplace safety has been postponed due to an injury.
Well then, as relatives, shouldn't we be on the same side? I'm not sure that's been determined. Incarceration, most likely. Those who violently resist might accidentally be harmed.
Prominent parent of a young Stanford victim today praised Congress's swift action on passing the Registration Act.
Of course not. But anyone who openly resists law enforcement should know the risk they're taking. I'm sorry, I can't discuss this indefinitely with you. I hope you make the intelligent choice here.
Security, prepare to receive inbound S.H.I.E.L.D. contingent.
Hey, you come to a decision yet? For now, yeah, it is. Stanford would never have happened if superheroes had proper oversight. We don't let cops run around shooting whoever they want. If somebody wants the authority to take on bad guys, they need to answer to somebody. No one's got a better reason to be paranoid than I do. And I'm telling you, this is the way it's gotta go. Technically, that's true. But someone supervising their actions could have saved those innocents. Look, I can't make the decision for you. Just remember, we're supposed to protect people. Signing up for training and accountability is the best way to do that.
Are you sure you can get us to Cap without leading them right to him?
Got it covered. You just stick with me.
But what about the rest? How can we convince...
They're gonna have to make their own choice. Stark, Richards, and Songbird are obviously a lost cause. But maybe... Well, speak of the devil. So you folks made up your minds yet? From what I hear, they ain't gonna give you much more time to sit on the fence. I ain't no government puppet, and I assume you feel the same way. There are worse things you could do than risk jail time to do the right thing.
New York Senator Lieber decried the recent passage of the Registration Act today, citing his rescue by a team of superheroes just before the...
If you're scared, feel free to do what you're told. Just don't call yourself a hero anymore. Cap in charge, as long as it takes. Cap took out a squad of those losers without breaking a sweat. I bet you could do the same. Anyway, think it over. But like I said, you better hurry up.
Hey, good times, huh? I can. The government's always wanted to take us down a peg. Now they see their chance. But Cap showed us what we need to do. If we had time, I'd tell you some stories about S.H.I.E.L.D. Just trust me. World peace isn't at the top of their priority list. Between you and me, I hope so. I have no intention of registering. And we're gonna need a leader. People have died. Nothing can change that. But we can't let it keep us from doing what we know is right. Look, personal freedom is what Cap's fighting for. This is your choice to make. I know which way I'm going. Hopefully you do too.
With the Superhuman Registration Act looking likely to pass within the week, we recently sat down with one of its most surprising critics, Captain America.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Our pleasure. Captain, in the wake of the Stamford tragedy, the public overwhelmingly favors mandatory registration for all superhumans. Can millions of Americans be wrong?
Unfortunately, they can, Brian. Our country's history is littered with wrongs that most Americans approved of at the time. Slavery, the incarceration of Japanese Americans during World War II, the McCarthy hearings.
But how do you deal with it, knowing that nearly everyone is against you on this?
I think of what Mark Twain wrote on the subject. If you alone of all the nation shall decide one way, and that way be the right way according to your convictions, you have done your duty by yourself and by your country.
An inspiring quote.
Absolutely. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move.
Security. Prepare to receive inbound S.H.I.E.L.D. contingent.
The acting commander will be here any minute. Look sharp. I didn't sign up to try to arrest James. The acting commander will be here any minute. Look sharp.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Reed Richards.
Please leave your message at the tone.
Yeah, hey Reed, this is Ben. Look, I can't do this. Lord knows I've followed you into some pretty crazy places over the years, but somehow this is one place I can't go. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Registration's wrong, and I won't support a law I don't believe in, but I'm still a patriot. I ain't gonna fight my own government, so the way I see it, that leaves me only one choice. I'm out. Going underground till this thing blows over. Don't bother trying to find me.
Thursday seminar.
All superhumans, the Registration Act is in effect. You are now required to meet with Commander Hill and register your identity with S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm glad to see you're willing to meet with me on civil terms. Once you register, I'm sure we'll have a productive relationship. The paperwork is right here. Step up and sign, please. Because it's the law, and because if you don't, we'll drop you so fast your super little heads will spin. So, what's it gonna be, heroes? Just sign up here and you'll be bona fide law enforcement agents. You're not looking to start trouble, are you? One more stunt like that and there'll be hell to pay.
These clothes ain't just for show. You're lucky I'm in a good mood today.
You got some good taste. I always throw the hot dog. Only thing easy about me is the biggie.
I'll heal. You won't.
Bad choice, Logan.
Maybe. But it'll be worth it to make your life a living hell along the way, babe.
Jeez, Mr. Cage?
Don't worry, kid. He'll bounce back from this. Songbird will be fine too. You made the right choice. I knew you would. Now let's get the hell out of here before we got more of these lackeys to deal with.
Welcome to the Resistance. It's good to see there's still heroes like us willing to stand up for what's right. It's also encouraging to see a significant number of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents defecting to our side. They call themselves the White Star, apparently in my honor. I can't tell you we're in for an easy time, though. Stark and S.H.I.E.L.D. have advanced technology and almost unlimited resources at their disposal.
Yeah, but none of that matters. What we got is more important.
Yes, we have the moral high ground. We know we're in the right. Our path to victory? Convince the public to repeal that law by remaining steadfast, and by showing everyone what it really means to be a hero.
We got a lot of operations in the works, so you can count on being asked to help out real soon.
Meantime, feel free to explore our command bunker. This abandoned Hydra storage facility is no Stark Tower, I know, but it'll hold up if S.H.I.E.L.D. comes knocking.
We won't win this thing holed up in here. Head over to the briefing station when you're ready for your first mission. What can I do for you? I guess folks assume I stand for the American government. I don't. I stand for the American dream, the American way of life. I've clashed with those in power before, but this is by far the most serious case. We have to stand up for what's right, no matter what. It's up to us to convince them, by doing the right thing all the time.
All personnel,
Hail, my friend.
use of the facility is strictly prohibited.
Captain America hath said it's a war. If so, then it would serve us well to put such thoughts aside. If one fights for a righteous cause, nothing matters more than achieving victory, even if the cost be thy soul. Captain America hath led us to countless victories. Where he goes, Hercules shall follow. Thou hast no reason to worry. Our cause is just, and we will therefore prevail. Other duties beg my attention. Farewell.
Cap, this is Cable. Just got your last encrypted voicemail, and I had a few responses. I could go down the laundry list, but it all boils down to this. What's it gonna take for you to accept that we are truly at war here? I mean, I appreciate your offer to send along Victor and company to help set up shop here. But old Hydra tech with just minor updates? Battle robots that you want me to outfit with stunners only? With all due respect, Captain, we can't pull our punches just because we're dealing with old friends. We've both been through wars. We both know what the price could be for losing this one. I know I can help you win it, if you'll just let me.
Maintenance crew needed in Hercules quarters.
What's that? You could be drafted for war at age 18. This is no different. Except I wasn't drafted. I have the right to fight for what I believe in, same as you do. They were similar to me and the Young Avengers when they started, but at the end, not so much. Whoever was running that team lost sight of what it was supposed to be about. That won't happen to me. Hey, I gotta run. Later.
Hello there. You're right. I've had something of a checkered past. I've made some mistakes, but I want to do the right thing. I'm just grateful the Cap took me in. Don't worry, I will. I haven't heard anything from him since he went underground. I can't say I disagree. But I still believe in the man. He'll be there if we need him, I'm sure. Well, I'll talk to you later. Bye.